So this is at a place called Tough Springs Ridge near Schofield, Utah, about 9,300 feet. I put my camera in my mouth. That's why you can hear me breathing, so that I could record. I left my mount at home, so right here, where it falls out of my mouth. And then again a little bit later after I endo. So you'll get to see those a little bit more later. But this is a machine that I found. It's an old Suzuki Sidekick that I found parked at the next trail that I decided to go on. And this thing is a thing of beauty. Look at those tracks on it. I think the Sidekick was probably the one that would roll over a lot, but you can see there's about an extra foot on each side, so there's no way that thing's rolling over. And I talked to a guy a little bit later, and he told me that it can't go in powder, very deep powder. It has to be pretty hard packed, kind of like fat biking, for it to be the most fun. So later, since I didn't have my mount, and actually it's fun to get a non-point of view POV footage sometimes, so I set my GoPro on my water bottle, and then I had to ascend, so you can see me making my own switchbacks going up the hill, so that I can descend and have a few seconds of action shots. Look at that. That is so gnarly. So this is nearly one of the many summits that I had today. Since I didn't have my GoPro mount, you can see it in my hand there in the shadows. Just trying to get kind of some perspective how high up. I think this is about 9,500 feet here. This is in the Manti La Sal mountain range / national forest. What's cool about this area is you can drive to a lot of these areas. You don't have to climb the road like a snowpack road like you do in a lot of the canyons in Utah. So this is really unique in that way. So for me, this is what's so amazing about fat biking in the spring in Utah, or any place where you kind of have the sun melting the snow during the day and compacting it and then freezing overnight, just because you can go literally wherever you want to go. I mean, occasionally you go too long into, like I finished today at about 11:30. It was 35 degrees and it was starting to get a little bit soft, but really you can hear my brakes squealing. That's just because they're wet. Don't worry about my brakes. This is when you can go wherever you want on a fat bike, is when it's this, we call it sun crust, skiers call it corn, but whatever you call it, it is absolutely fun. So yeah, you can hear my asthma acting up as I breathe into my camera. There's my crash. Look at that, you can see my head pop. But most of the damage here is basically just my camera flying around, because I literally just fell right in the snow and my camera took a tumble because it was in my mouth. So if you're going to make a trip to Utah for biking, come in the springtime, because if you've ever ridden slick rock, this is slick rock, but you can go wherever you want. Just don't put your camera in your mouth, and I'd be happy to give you a tour. But unlike slick rock, you won't get road rash if you crash or break bones.